justice and queer who is very mad right now. Yes, I do not think I am alone in that. Are you mad? So let me just tell you what my job is today. My job today is to make you chant. It's to make you scream. It's to make you sing. Because when we do that, we feel united, do we not? So you hear how loud you are being right now. We're gonna top that. We gotta get it to a 2. We gotta get that up. You're at a 1 right now. My goal by the end of this protest is for you to be at a 10. So we're gonna get started soon. We're gonna start with some chants soon. But I actually have a task for y'all out there. We have cameras, y'all. They can't even see us. So we need people, we need bodies in front of these cameras, but not in front. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We need it to look like there's as many people who are here as there are here. So if you could fill in this space right here without blocking the cameras, they will do their job to find places. And then I want you to start clearing your throats, drinking some tea, because we're going to do some chants soon. Are y'all ready? We're going to start in just a couple minutes. If you volunteered to hold a banner, if you are a kid who offered to hold a banner, it is up here, and we would love for you to come on up here to hold the banner. All right, we're gonna get started soon. Y'all ready? Wasting time in the paradigms, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution sounds. When are people gonna rise up? Get there, yeah. I love. When are people gonna rise up? We are queer. Take what's there. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. It's finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. It's finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Talking about a revolution. Running in broken lines. Crying at the doors of thugs, armies of salvation. Wasting time in the unbroken lines. Sitting around, waiting for a promotion. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution sounds. I'm starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. It's finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Oh, no. Talking about a revolution. Oh, no. Talking about a revolution. Oh, no.
Go ahead and walk in my boots for a minute and tell me how easy it is to stay silent. Walking on mere babies and I see these flashing lights. Mama always say it's not safe, no black men walking around. Go ahead and walk in my heel for a minute and tell me how easy it is to forgive. Just to say it's your fault for dressing like you do. You know you're good, man. Black and blue till the end of the night, till the last lesson learned. I will rock my voice, I'll be heard the noise. I will stand my ground until it's end. I'll be willing to if you've been where I've been. fill my shoes for a minute. And tell me how easy it is to cramp and bear it. When you love the most, close the door on you and shine. 'Cause a 4,000-year-old book is more important than their sun. Good and walk with my bare feet for a minute. And tell me how easy it is to accept it. Everything that I've been on is trying to say.
Hartford! West Hartford! We're going to see how loud we can get. Now, I got a little bit of like this versus this over here. So let's do a little bit of a competition just to warm up our voices. Give me a word. Equality. 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 Ooh, I don't know, y'all. They're pretty good over there. You are love. You are love. You are enough. You are enough. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want equality. We want equality. Repeat after me. Trans rights. Trans rights. Trans rights. Trans rights. All right, I'm going to change it up on you. Ready? Trans rights now. Trans rights now. Trans rights now.
Trans rights now. Trans rights now. Trans rights now. Trans rights now. Trans rights now. Trans rights now.
Trans rights now. Trans rights now. Now listen, listen, listen. When you see me, you're going to see me do this a lot today. Do y'all know what that means? It means you keep going while I go off mic and ask who's the next speaker. Do you understand? Do you know your job? When I do this. That's right. All right, I'm going to sing to you and then you're going to sing with me. You got it? Listen. Everybody breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Listen. We will not be controlled. I am sovereign in my body. I am sovereign in my soul. Thank you so much. Thank you. Are you ready to sing? Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. We will not be controlled. I am sovereign in my body. I am sovereign in my soul. We will not be controlled. I am sovereign in my body. I am sovereign. Now even louder. Here we go. We will not be controlled.
I am sovereign in my body. I am sovereign in my soul.
We
will not be controlled. I am sovereign in my body.
Now as loud as you can get. Make them hear in DC. We will not
be controlled.
Oh,
Sovereign in my body.
I am sovereign in my soul. When I say queer rights, you say human rights. Queer rights. Queer rights. When I say queer rights, you say human rights. Queer rights. Queer rights. When I say queer rights, you say human rights. Queer 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 rights. Give me an amen. That's right. Give it up. Y'all can scream anytime you want. Make some noise. One more. We're still here. We're still here. We're still here. Go. We're Come on, y'all, come on. All right, I'm very honored and pleased to welcome to the microphone one of the head organizers of this rally, one of the head organizers of this event. Y'all are gonna get real loud, right? Please give it up for Leah Juliet. Good morning, Connecticut. My name is Leah Juliet. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am proudly non-binary. I am proudly queer, and I am so proud to be in community with you here today. Thank you so much for being here. Let me be perfectly clear. This is more than a rally. This is an emergency family meeting. Because last Tuesday, America showed us who they are. A nation of folks who refuse to prioritize LGBTQIA+ lives. And their mission is also very clear. They aim to roll back critical federal protections to keep our communities safe and criminalize life-saving measures like gender-affirming care that allow us to live freely and authentically. They have used media, fear-mongering, and discriminatory state policies to politicize, demonize, and degrade us. So now, we must do what our elders have been doing for centuries. We must keep us safe, because we cannot be erased. And in doing so, we must never forget our most vulnerable community members. Black and brown, queer and trans youth, Black trans women, LGBTQ+ folks living with disabilities, formerly incarcerated trans folks, sex workers, undocumented and unhoused folks, survivors, and queer and trans folks living through and witnessing the unimaginable horrors of genocide in Gaza and around the world. Our liberation is all interconnected. While we live here in Connecticut in a supportive state, we must always push for better, stronger, safer, and more equitable, because nobody is free until we are all free. Now, we also honor Trans Awareness Week in the middle of this rapidly changing political climate. So look around you and bear witness to all of those who have shown up from across the Northeast to show solidarity with the LGBTQIA+ community, to send a message. We will fight for you, and we are not going anywhere. Today, you will hear from a variety of voices from across Connecticut's vibrant queer and trans community, and from some of our most active allies. During today's program, if you need space to grieve or to feel any emotions at all, we have counselors on hand in tents down there throughout Blueback Square. Counselors are also wearing red scarves. So if you need someone to talk to, that is your space. We also have a dedicated youth space as well for young people who also need someone to talk to. We have a fire department safety tent, and please keep seating reserved for folks with mobility issues. Now, finally, before we get started today, I would like to take a moment to pause and honor all those LGBTQIA siblings who are not here with us, especially a mother of Connecticut's LGBTQ+ community, Tia Lynn Waters, or Bubbles, who we lost on October 28th. May all those we've lost rest in power, and may their legacies continue to guide us as we fight toward a better world, a world where queer and trans people not only survive, but thrive. That is the future that we are working towards. Now, I am honored to introduce Barry Walters and Johanna Schubert of West Hartford Pride.
Good morning, West Hartford. Wow.
Holy cow, look at you all.
I know, what a beautiful crowd.
Let's hear you again.
Yeah.
Let's hear you scream as loud as you can. Let them know you're here.
You know, the last time we all gathered in West Hartford for Pride, there was a tornado. And I have to say, I see a tornado in front of me right now. You all are powerful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for raising your voices. We know this isn't an easy time. And I just want to acknowledge that people are feeling all types of ways right now. We see anger, we see sadness, and a lot of people are just numb, and all of that is valid. So however you're showing up today, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for linking arms with your community. We're so happy to see you.
I'm going to add to that it was a couple years ago that we were right here in this space having a rally following the shootings at Q+. And in Club Q. I'm sorry, I confused them. Sorry. Club Q in Colorado Springs. And it reminds me that we have lost a lot of people, as Leah had pointed out. And I would like to take this opportunity to have a moment of silence for all of our brothers and sisters that we have lost to violence, our transgender folks who have been murdered. I'd like to just go ahead and take that moment of silence now, please. Thank you. So my job right now is actually to just kind of point out who all is here. Now, I'm going to start with a few of our extremely, extremely supportive elected officials that have made it here today. Today we have, and you will hear later from Senator Blumenthal. We have Lieutenant Governor Susan Beisowitz. We have Attorney General William Tong. We have State Senator Derek Slapp. We have Representatives Jillian Gilchrist, Sarah Kitt. I'm told that Eleni DeGraw is out there somewhere. She needs to come up front. We have actually Deputy Mayor Ben Winograd, West Hartford. Town Councilor Tiffany McGinnis. We have Luke Bronin here in the audience from Hartford. We have a representative from, there she is, from the Board of Education, who does its best to keep our children safe in this climate and battling crowds that are not always friendly and not always from West Hartford. Claire Nassarella, why did I blink? Claire Nassarella, and our town manager, who was instrumental in helping us get this space. Where is Rick? I heard a point. He's back in the back over there. Thank you, Rick. I'm going to make one other quick announcement. How many of you remember True Colors Conference? Come on, you remember it fondly. Guess what? It's coming back. SojiCon will be at UConn. It's gone through a rebranding. It's not True Colors Conference anymore. It'll be SojiCon, and that'll be on March 21st and 22nd. I say this because it has been so instrumental in so many of our youth's lives. And so please reach out. I'm going to tell you to Google it. I know that you can reach it through the Health Collective website, but check it out. And I think at this point, I'm going to be quiet and introduce. No, I'm being told no.
You want to chant a little bit? This one goes like this. We are strong, we are proud. Wait, I messed my own chant up. We are strong, we are loud, LGBTQ and proud. Y'all ready? We are strong, we are loud, LGBTQ and proud. Ready? We are strong, we are loud, LGBTQ and proud. Y'all got And now it is our honor to introduce our senator from Connecticut, Richard Blumenthal.
We are loud and proud, aren't we? Loud and proud, LGBTQIA+, all represented here in a crowd bigger than I have seen in this place before, and we've been here before. We have been here before, but never this big, this loud, this proud. Thank you for being here today. And we are here today because a lot of people are fearful, they're sad, they are angry. And we are here to say to them, we see you, we support you, we love you, and we will stand with you. We will stand with you. This rally is more than about Hartford, it's more than about Connecticut, it's bigger than the Northeast of America, it's about all America and what we value and love. We will tell America today, we're not going back. And I'm going to take this picture. This picture, you know the old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words? This picture is going to Washington, D.C. to tell my colleagues. We're going to stand with the LGBTQIA+ community. We are going to fight for you. I'm going to reintroduce the Equality Act to forbid discrimination in this great country. The Equality Act means equality for everybody in this country. And we are here today to say we are stronger together. We are stronger together. We are stronger because we're in a coalition. Because queer rights, yes, are human rights. Women's reproductive rights are human rights. Voting rights are human rights. First Amendment rights are human rights in America. And so are due process rights in our courts against a president-elect who says he's going to use them for retribution, who says he's going to use the military to silence protests like this one. We are going to stand together because we are stronger together. We will not be defeated. So, America, come to West Hartford. I'm proud of every one of you for being here. I thank every one of you for being here. It gives me the strength and inspiration to know that at the end of the day, and let's make sure we tell it to these young people, at the end of the day, we will fight hate because love wins. At the end of the day, love wins. That's why you're here today. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to fight on. We're going to win. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator. And now I am so pleased and honored to welcome Lieutenant Governor of the state of Connecticut, Susan Bysiewicz.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Do we feel strong? Do we feel proud? Are we going back? All right, well, I am so very honored to be here with all of you at this emergency family meeting. And it is an emergency. It's an emergency because all of our rights are at stake. And President-elect Trump, see this beautiful gathering, see this picture, see our strength, and hear us now. I don't think I hear this side. So we are not going back, and I am here on behalf of Governor Lamont and myself to say that we see you, we respect you, and we are going to fight for you as we have for the past 6 years, because LGBTQ plus rights are human rights, and women's rights are human rights. And I'll tell you that since this election, all of us who are in elective office know that our jobs just got more important, because we have to be here to stand up for our fundamental freedoms. And here's the good news in Connecticut. The good news in Connecticut is that we do not stand for intolerance and discrimination. We fight for freedom to love who you love, and to have a family, and to do what you want with your own bodies. And we stand up for our beautiful children and young people. Now, we're here today to send a message that we will stand up for freedom and equality, and that's why Connecticut is one of the best states in the country for the LGBT plus community, and we are so proud of that. But today is also a call to action. So what can we do? What can we do? We can vote whenever we have the opportunity. We can run for office. We can campaign for the people who share our values and our priorities. And I know we just had an election, but guess what? There's another one coming up in less than a year. And we can volunteer for the organizations that support the causes that we care about. And we can talk to our legislators, and you see the allies who are here, but I'm very proud to tell you that the LGBTQ plus caucus in the Connecticut State Legislature just got bigger. Welcome MJ Shannon, and welcome John Santinella. And anybody here or outside of this venue who wants to run for office, Governor Lamont and I will help you. So with that, know that we will stand up for your freedom, for equality. We love you, and it's an honor for the two of us to represent you every day in Hartford. Thank you so much.
My friends, my community, so it is inevitable that when we stand up in love, that hate will show up, is it not? Now, y'all been practicing getting loud. We need to do that right now. I'm going to teach you something. In all my years of protesting, there's a really beautiful thing that happens. It's called an angel wall. Have you heard of this? I want everybody to go like this. Louder. Now, if you need to sing high, let's see how loud you can go. Yeah, listen to that. Now, we have counter-protesters here. And when that happens, what we do is if you are somebody who feels safe putting your body next to somebody, if you have a sign and you don't mind blocking a sign, we're going to ask you to just head on over to where all the signs are, and you're going to create an angel wall with your sign. You're going to block.
Raise your hand if you're in the angel wall. Thank you, Free Mom Hugs.
Raise your hand if you are in the angel wall. For those of you who are over there, you can make this sound. Shh. You can make that sound, or you can to block the hate. Because we need these people up here, do we not? What happens when they hate? We love. 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 Make some noise!
And now it is my honor to welcome to the stage our Attorney General of the state of Connecticut, William Tong.
Hello, West Hartford! Let them hear you in New Haven. Let them hear you in Stanford. Now let them hear you in Washington, D.C. Let's give a round of applause to our organizers today. Thank you so much, Barry, Joanna, everybody who put this together. And let us thank this wall, this strong wall, these kids standing up for each other. So, my very good friend, your town councilor, Ben Winograd, just asked me, William, are you ready for the front line? And I said to Ben, I've been on the front line, and so have all of you. And on the front line, we are strong, we care for each other, and we are going to fight. And as part of that, people ask me, what are we doing? What's going to happen? Let me tell you, on Tuesday, I'm going down to Philadelphia to meet with my fellow attorneys general. We have been planning for this. Tish James, Rob Bonta, we are ready for this fight. We've been planning for more than a year. But as much planning as we've been doing, I think it's really important to remember here in Connecticut, we have been in this fight for a long time, right? I see my friend Beth Bai, the former state senator. We were not only in this fight, we were one of the first states in the union to ensure marriage equality for everybody across this state. We were one of the first states in the union to ensure trans rights for everyone across this state. We have built a strong wall in our law based on love, based on respect, based on non-discrimination, a firewall to protect everybody here in this state. And so, the song that you sang earlier, the song about sovereignty. So sovereignty is very important to me and very important to the state of Connecticut. So as your Attorney General, I want to remind everybody, Constitutional Law 101, this is the sovereign state of Connecticut. We delegated limited powers to the federal government. But we did not delegate sovereignty over our bodies and our souls. We did not delegate sovereignty over who we are and how we identify. We did not delegate the power to the federal government to tell us who we can love and what our family looks like. And so let me say it as clear as I possibly can. Let me say it as clear as I possibly can. As the state's Attorney General, it is the law and it is the policy of the state of Connecticut to respect, honor, protect, and defend the rights and the lives of the LGBTQ+ community. And that is exactly what we are going to do. Let me just close by saying, as Senator Blumenthal said, as Lieutenant Governor said, I love you. We love you. And we are going to fight for each other.
Thank you so much, Attorney General Tong. And now I am so pleased and proud to introduce Mel Cordner of Q+.
Hey, how we doing? Okay, that was a fun adventure into like all the government talk, but now I'm here to talk about everything else, and so is everybody after me, and that's what I'm excited about. No offense, y'all are great, and we need you here. And that's honestly my bottom line, is that we need every single one of us here. There's always gonna be a jerk with a sign, y'all. There is always gonna be one jerk with one sign who thinks he's stronger than the thousands of us. Incorrect, bad math. I majored in English, but I still know that's bad math, all right? I have one message for my community today, and that is that you belong here. You belong here, and that means two things. One, this is your community, and we've got you. And two, this is your community, and that makes this your fight. Right? Homophobia is your fight. Transphobia is your fight. Racism is your fight. Protecting undocumented folks is your fight. Protecting homeless folks is your fight. Okay? I could go on all day. Ableism, your fight. Right? Islamophobia, your fight. We could go on all day. Reproductive rights, your fight. Healthcare access, your fight. We're in this together, and we will get out of this together. Right? So whatever it is that you do, keep doing it. If the thing that you do for your community is drag, keep doing drag. If the thing that you do for your community is teach, keep teaching. If you're a librarian, keep doing it. If you are a counselor, keep doing it. If you are an artist, keep making art. If you are a writer, keep writing. We need you now more than ever. That'll never stop being true. Now is always the moment. So in 5 minutes, someone else is going to say now's the moment. They're also correct. Okay? We're in this together. Tag folks in and out. Take a break, drink some water. Do not stop doing what you're doing. We've all got different skills, different abilities, different talents. We are all in this fight together. All of our fights overlap. Keep doing what you're doing because you belong here. This is your community and this is your fight. You belong here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mel. Repeat after me. You are needed. You are loved. You deserve to be here. You deserve to exist. And now I am pleased to welcome my friend Ace Ricker.
Good morning, West Hartford. My name is Ace Ricker. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a multiracial trans individual, but I also am a neighbor. I'm a tenor in choir. I'm an outdoor lover, a family member or friend, or even the possible stranger who told you that corny dad joke while I went through the drive-thru. I am about dad jokes. I want each of us to look around right now at each other to see the people standing side by side, banner to banner, person to person, and the energy that is here right now. I want you to take in this moment, because while you take in this moment, we have seen this mountain of hate 8 years ago. We were not sure of the terrain of how hard that mountain might be to scale of hate. So we used the tools we thought we needed to climb it. Here again, we find ourselves faced with this same mountain. Yet, this time, we know the terrain. We know what this mountain looks like. And we are ready and willing and will overcome it together. We are ready to support each other, whether that be with a simple hug or navigating the resources through the individuals you see here. I come here with confidence and positivity over this hate. Because even though it was hard, and yes, at moments it will be hard, we stand here together. The actions I ask of you is to show visibility. And I want to remind you that visibility may look different for individuals. It may be between two individuals saying, I'm here for you, I see you, I love you, and I accept you, to the visibility that all of you are doing today here at this rally. With these actions, you are honoring and showing your love and support to those who right now don't feel confident enough to come out. For those individuals we just honored, of the 163,000 transgender veterans that we just honored this past week in the US. This visibility will show those who have been given very misinformation two things. One, that there truly is nothing to fear except how good the style of my hair is. And two, that this hate will not overcome our love and our pride and our support for each other. I leave you with this. In this moment, it can seem like complete darkness, but you, every single one of you, are a light for someone else, and you will outnumber and outstand and light up that darkness with your light. As quoted, speak your mind, even if your voice shakes. Even if it shakes, remember to speak it, because they are valued. And remember, as I always say, being you is beautiful, and you have power and will be supported and will be loved by me and everyone here and onward. Thank you.
I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it all alone. I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it all alone. I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it all alone. I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it all louder. I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it alone. I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it alone. I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it alone. I I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it alone. I don't know. No, we ain't. Come on, I don't know what the future holds, but I ain't gonna go it alone. Are you going alone? Are you gonna keep on fighting? Are you mad? But are you alone in that rage? Are you alone in that rage? No, you are not. You are not going alone.
And now it is my honor to bring to the stage one of my dear friends, Carly Chardonnay Webb.
My name is Carly Emmeline Chardonnay Webb. I am a journalist, I am an activist, I am an organizer, I am a black trans woman who lives in Connecticut, and I am terrified. We love you, Carly! But as we come together today, I'm thinking of a leader, a guide, a mother who passed away, and a mentor to many of us. On October 28th, we lost Tia Lynn Waters, also known to many of us as Bubbles or Bubblicious. Not only was she a founding mother of drag here in Connecticut, she was a guide and mentor to so many of us, and not just on that stage, but out in the world. And at 3 p.m., we will gather at Gotham City in New Haven to pay our respects. I encourage as many who can get down there to come down there and pay your respects to a mother of our state. And she is looking down on us now, and she's imploring us in this moment to come out and show out. Because now more than ever, we need not only to come out and show out, we need to speak out. Because we know what the stakes are. We know who we're up against. We are up against a group of people who spent $215 million to make me and mine look like monsters to many of you. And now I can tell you, you can sell a lot of transphobia for $215 million. It's a shame that so many people bought it. And there was the other side of that coin. Those who claim to be opposition, those who claim to be allies, those who say they support us, but when they were spending that $215 million, they didn't say boo. So the question is to all of us, what do we do now? Well, to me and mine, I just say we did what many of us have had to do before and since. We're going to pick ourselves up, we're going to put on some Sylvester, we're going to dance in the darkness and then show up in the light. We will come together in mutual love, but also in mutual aid. We will squash our beefs, we will work out our stuff, we will move into the fight ahead with our heads held high. And those of you out there who claim allyship, you know I play sports, so I'm going to give you a sports metaphor right now. Now's not the time for you to sit in the bleachers. There are no bench warmers now. You are now in the game. So get in the game, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand. That means you have privilege, you need to leverage it. You have a lever, use that and lift us all up. And that also means, and this is one for all those who are elected officials, whether you're in our state capital or in our national capital, we need to make our state, this state, our state, truly a firewall safe haven, not just in words, but on our streets. and in our lives, backed by the resources to make sure that all of us who are here and all of us who are fleeing to get here can come to Connecticut and make it here. We, all of us, you, me, all of us, we are incubators for the better way forward. Each of us has something to offer, something special, and not only do we have a duty to stay alive, we have a duty to be victorious. The fight's on, and repeat after me, we have a duty to win. 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 Connecticut, we have a duty to win.
Thank you, Carly. And thank you to all of our wonderful kids in the front here who have been holding this banner. They need a break. If we have any kids or anyone who wants to come hold the banner so our littlest loves can take a break, we would so appreciate it. Come on up, hold the banner. Thank you. And now I am pleased and proud to introduce a friend of mine from Pure Pride, Kirill Lebedev.
Hey y'all, how's everyone feeling? Some of y'all might know me. My name is Kirill. I use he, him pronouns. I organize with Trans Haven, Connecticut. And I was curious, show of hands, the pain and the rage and the fear and the frustration that we feel right now. How many of y'all have felt this for a long time? All right, so we've established this isn't new, right? This is a new wave of the same system that we've been fighting, that we've continued to fight, right? So some of us, we're all here for different reasons, right? Some of us need community, some of us need an outlet, some of us are looking for an opportunity, some of us are looking to build something better, which I think is the case for a lot of us here, right? I've seen our movement grow and shift in a lot of different ways over the years, right? People have mentioned, you know, 2 election cycles ago, but also this last election cycle, right? We saw a lot of the same pain, a lot of the same damage done to our community over the last 4 years. That has required the same fight back that we have in our hearts, that we're bringing in our hearts today. And we're going to need to continue doing that organizing work, right? Over the last year, we've been told as trans and queer people here in the United States that we shouldn't be standing up against genocide because otherwise somebody's going to take away our rights. How much does that mess with your mind? How much does that mess with your humanity? Right now and before and in the future, the last thing that we can afford to do is lose our humanity, is lose our solidarity, is lose the truth that we hold in our hearts, that we are non-negotiable, that our lives are non-negotiable, that genocide is non-negotiable, that our solidarity with every single colonized and oppressed person in this country and in this world is non-negotiable if we are going to win. Because without our humanity, we cannot win. We cannot compromise on our humanity. No matter how scary it is, no matter what people tell you, no matter what people tell you that it's okay to sell out on this, it's okay to sell out on that, it's okay to make yourself smaller, 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 smaller. Just ask for this little thing. Just ask for that little thing. Don't ask for the big thing. Don't ask for everything you deserve. We cannot afford that in this moment. The only thing we can afford today is to look to each other right now, right? Look in each other's eyes. See your struggle mirrored in the eyes of the people here. See that reflection. and commit yourself to a struggle for every single thing that we deserve. Do not let them make yourself smaller. Do not let them compromise your humanity. Do not let them roll back your solidarity with other people. Do not let them stop you from being a mirror of the struggles of everybody around the world. That has always been the power of trans, queer, and intersex people. We have always been at the forefront of every struggle. We cannot roll back now. We need to build the thing that we deserve. How do we do that? Two things: solidarity, unity, uncompromising values. Changing our fear into rage. Changing our rage into community power. And the second piece is learning from each other. We all come from things in our lives, right? I'm trans, I'm intersex, I'm an immigrant, I have all, whatever the things are that I am. Every single one of you has your own story. Every single one of you has your own struggle and your own expertise. Come together and find the people that you relate to and build resources and build power and trust the voices of the people that know what we're talking about. And learn and be brave. And don't be afraid to say, I was wrong about this. I was scared to say, you know, something about trans youth. I was scared to say something about genocide. I was scared to say something about full rights for all LGBTQ people across this country, because maybe it didn't feel like the time. I am giving you permission. Now is the time. There's no better time. We are rising on a wave of what promises to be horrific destruction. But we can build something brand new and much better in its wake if we organize and we fight together. We can do that. We can make Connecticut a safe harbor state. We can also create a brand new culture, a brand new society, a brand new system if we stand together and if we don't compromise. I love y'all.
When I say trust, you say our voices. Trust. 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 Now it is my honor to bring to the stage Heather May, who will be singing an original song. Heather May is a social justice singer-songwriter who is just an incredible friend, and I am so proud to have her here. So please welcome Heather.
I'm so sorry to those of you over there. I'm going to sing to you from the back of my head, but I love you so much. This one is a little bit of a quiet one, but it's a love song, and it just felt, it's the one that was calling to me. I don't live in Connecticut. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh yeah. It's kind of fun making a joke twice, you know? Yeah, I live in Tennessee. The ACLU, the HRC, they moved some headquarters down to where I live. You want to see what it's going to be like? You look at Tennessee. It's a weird place to live. I know so many of my friends who are moving to Connecticut. And I want to say a big thank you for being a safe haven for our family. Oh, I'm gonna sing you a love song. I can feel you. I can't stop you. I don't want to. So I don't. They can't see us, so they can't stop us. And even if they could,
keep on going, going, going. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not scared of what they'll say, 'cause holding you is worth the pain of what's coming. So I whisper your name, and I look at your face. Never thought I'd get this close. Never let myself hope. And I turn on the lights, and I pull back the shades. Let them find us, let them find us, 'cause I'm not ashamed, ashamed, ashamed. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not scared of what they'll say, 'cause holding you is worth the pain of what's coming. 'Cause it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. Our love's 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 not wrong. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of what they'll say, 'cause holding you, baby, it's worth the pain of what's coming. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid. Repeat after me. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Give it up one more time for Heather May. Thank you so much, Heather. And now I am so excited to move on to some of our youth remarks, hearing from some of our queer and trans young people across Connecticut. Starting us off is a dear friend of mine. Welcome to the stage, Angel Serrano.
Hello everybody, my name is Angel Serrano, and I want to thank everybody for being here today. I don't think I will ever get used to the feeling I get when I see the LGBT+ community coming together for one another, especially in times like this. I think about how important it is for people to see it. Sometimes the most impactful thing is just to see that you aren't alone. After so many hardships recently, I thought about what got me through the roughest moments of my life. I remember coming out as transgender for the first time. It was 6 years ago, and I was only 14, a freshman in high school. A classmate I had met only 2 days before had invited me to stay after school, and of course I said yes. But I didn't know that afternoon would change my entire life for the better, because for the first time, somebody else had come out to me. It was like staring in the mirror. The words falling from their mouth reflected all of my thoughts back to me. For the first time outside of my computer screen and late night Google searches, I saw myself in somebody else. I don't think I'd ever felt the tension fall from my shoulders before that moment. Walking to the bus stop with them that day, I gained the guts to come out too. This was something I had known for years but never had the courage to say, and it changed my life. I was so afraid, and they gave me the strength to keep going and to be true to myself. I've been thinking about all the moments of bravery in the world, a billion of little moments happening all the time, about how those moments so often are created just by somebody getting out of bed in the morning and deciding they'd rather just live their lives. This is such a difficult choice to make sometimes, but so necessary. These feelings that other people can so easily take for granted had saved my life. Authenticity, authenticity,
We love you!
love and support are so easily an act of bravery in this world that seeks to criminalize our existence. I was not weak for being afraid, but strong for standing up again anyways. I think about how many times I might have accidentally been that person to give that courage to somebody else. Bravery changes lives. We are only here today because of courage, love, support, and hard work from our community. My elders, my friends, who I see in the audience, my community, and this gifted family. To the people that see even a trace of themselves reflected back at you, thank you for being brave.
Thank you, Angel. And thank you for being brave. Thank you so much. And now I am pleased to welcome another youth voice, a friend of mine, June Carpenter.
Cue the Jeopardy music. Good afternoon, barely. I'm June Carpenter, and I've had one of many trans experiences. A keynote, bullying, harassment, denial of my very own rights. Boo. But I'm here today, standing, speaking to you, despite all of that. The main reason, our community. It's from our community that I've found my closest friends and had my best and founding experiences. It's from our community that I have understood every corner of who I am. My favorite part about us is that despite all of our differences, from polyamorous individuals and people who use neopronouns, to people who are just cis and gay, we stand together as one community against the system. It's from our community that I understood how the system works and why it needs to be changed. When I see the beautiful people that stand in front and around me get dead named and misgendered, I know that it's not going to last. It's from our community that I began activism. A community that gives me the courage to stand here today. It's from our community of colorful, creative, smart, and overall wonderful people that I found the courage to speak out in defiance of those who want us to hide away. And with that, I tell our community, I, and so many others, many of whom you see here today, will never stop fighting for the happy ever after we deserve.
When trans rights are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. All right, amazing humans, we've got another wall happening over there. I just want to make an announcement to you who are over there. Can you hear me? Amazing humans, make sure hands are down. We do not touch. We move our bodies back and we create a wall. If you need to, those of you with signs should be in front of the human with the sign. And we just gently make a wall and move back, okay? If you don't want to hum, if humming is not working, just shh around it. Humming also is fantastic. Let's give them a big hand, those of them who are doing that. This is hard work over there. That is hard work over there. If you have it in you to switch somebody off, that is a great thing to do. If you are somebody who has that privilege and can go over there, or allies, this is a great time to switch somebody off who is in the community so that they can come back. It takes all of us, does it not? Woo! Trans rights? Nice, you remember. Trans rights, human rights, 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 trans rights, human rights. Make some noise! And now I am so pleased to bring to the stage our next youth speaker, Ronan Hernsdorf-Smith.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ronan. My pronouns are he, they, and I am the youth coordinator for a local 100% transgender organization called Trans Haven. And I come here today to talk to you about the importance of looking out for the next generation. Even without the current climate surrounding our identities and us pursuing our happiness, it is so hard to exist as a young queer and trans kid. I am very grateful to be in the place I am today, surrounded by a wonderful and supportive community, which for when I was younger was just a faraway dream. So many of us can feel isolated because of our identities, and we need outlets to learn and understand ourselves from our peers, and especially those older than us. I remember the first time I met an older trans person when I was a teenager. I was filled with so much happiness and so much joy to see that we actually really do make it. That we really can be older, successful, and happy. Happy. Many queer and trans kids don't believe it is possible to live to see 18 years old. But we really do. We really can thrive. It changed my perspective on everything. But finding my community and being taken under the wing of people like my close friend, Kirill, who spoke earlier, has been invaluable. They brought me into this world of peer support so I could help others, but also help myself and help my soul. It changed me as a person and has made me the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. We need to stay visible, stay confident in ourselves and our identities so that we can inspire both our peers and the younger generation to discover themselves and become confident. We can't let fear overtake us, and we can't let fear overtake our youth. To any trans or queer kid listening, I see you, I care about you, and I love you. I love you. Our community will fight for you and for your right to choose. We'll fight for your identity. And one day, I hope you continue the cycle.
Thank you, Ronan. And now I am proud to bring up to the stage another incredible leader here in West Hartford, Kimora Harrington of Kimora's Cultural Corner.
Hello, beautiful humans, and thank you for welcoming to your world. So let me just make it quite clear. Hello, Dawn. Let me make it clear. I am not from West Hartford. This is not my town, but I showed up in my West Hartford drag. I dressed for y'all because I'm in your house. Thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate you. Now, as a big old black dyke from Hartford who does what the big old black, I love my people. That's not a bad word, it's a descriptor. I love my people. And as a big old black dyke from Hartford, I understand when it comes time for us to share our words, sometimes the words that we use are not agreed upon conversation. We don't all have the same definitions, and that gets in the way a whole lot. As a black dyke, believe me, trying to talk to y'all about our issues is not always the easiest things, because some of the words that I like, you don't. Some of the words that make you feel so comfortable, doesn't fit. So, as I speak today, I will be speaking about community a whole lot, right? And this is the LGBTQIA plus. If I left your letter out, just take that plus with love, right? So somehow we are this cohesive community. I'm going to share with you my definition of community. For the next 3 minutes of your life, if you can agree on that definition of community, you can understand my words. If you've got a different definition of community, that's awesome. Your job after I'm done talking is to find someone else here and talk to them about what community means to you. When we get together and say we're talking about community, we're talking about 8724 different things. Until we figure out how to share who we are and how we're showing up appropriately and beautifully, and take the time. Take all the foundational time. Fascism is here. This is scary. It is imminent. And the revolution is in the pause. I've been doing this for a long time. A really long time. Much longer than I would like to admit. So long that this isn't on an iPhone, it's in 16 fonts on paper, okay? And I'm tired of showing up in love. I'm tired of showing up in fierce love and having it be missed because of the words. I'm tired of that. You see that over there? That's why my heart is. But I'm in my West Hartford drag doing what we do. So, over there, y'all. Good job. My definition of community, here we go. Practicing and living in community means that we are responsible to ourselves and others. It means that we're committed to engaging humbly and bravely with others who we may not agree with, but who share a similar worldview. And tensions and conflict are gifts that allow us to grow together. I want everyone to take a second and think about this queer community. And think about folks who fought to get us in the military. Think about folks who fought for marriage. Think about folks who fought against the military-industrial complex. Think about every last human being for decades who fought GRID, the gay cancer, AIDS, HIV, etc. And now we are here. And now we are here. And I see faces, I see eyes, I see people I've seen forever and ever and ever. I see people who I've seen grow up. I've seen people who I've seen get old, even older than me. Love you. And I see a whole bunch of new faces, right? And I see a whole bunch of people who don't get exactly what this is because this is scary and something happens. And when we use all of those letters, and when we share that rainbow, it's really easy to think that we're all separate in some way. Welcome to Kimura's world. In my world, I say we meet at our differences. There once was an organization called the Queer Liberation Front. I am here today quite literally because the Queer Liberation Front got on Kimura and said, Kimura, show up, right? And that Queer Liberation Front understood that we were not stronger because we were the same. We were not stronger because of our commonalities. We were stronger because of our solidarity towards each other. We were stronger because the anti-war queers showed up at the same places where those weird environmentalists showed up, where all of those let's make sure that we can get married people showed up, when all of those other folks showed up, and we understood that it was our solidarity. That we did not waste time trying to figure out how to pretend that we're all the same. Please look at me. If you know me, I dressed for you. I am in your house. This is not my authentic way of being, but I need you to hear me. So I showed up in your house looking like y'all. When you come to my house, come show out. When you come to my house, say the uncomfortable things. When you come to my house, we fight fascism. And we are not nice about it. When it's time to vote, we debate Jill Stein or Cornel West. And we are here, and we are deserving of love. As we stand together as a queer community, welcome to the KCC, Kimura's Cultural Corner. I'm gonna give you one quick exercise, right? Heard a whole lot about connecting with people. Use your brain. Please go to that place and go to the scary place right now, the place that you know better to do, right? Look at yourself, think about who you are, think about your identities. Look around this space and find the identity that looks the most opposite from you. All the things you're taught not to do. Who has different abilities that you can see? Whose color is different? Whose age is different? Whose height is different? Whose gender is different? Find the most different human being here that you can find. Find the person who you know you don't agree with and go talk to them about what you're going to do after this. I'm very, very, very happy with a lot of what I heard today because there's an understanding that this happened and people have been activated, and I'm incredibly happy that we've been activated. And some of us after this will go home and we'll have had that catharsis and everything that needed to happen happened. That's great, awesome. Write a check, give money. There've been a whole bunch of people here, give them your money. Just do that, right? If you're someone who needs money, raise your hand. If you're someone who's got money, go connect with them later. Outside of that, what is your responsibility? There's a whole bunch of people who spoke today who gave us ideas on what that is, but I want you to think about creating coalitions and working with people whose issues are not yours, but whose humanity is. Again, I want to implore everyone, I want you to understand, in Kimura's world, we say things differently, we do things differently, and we need you. We need you. All of those elected officials, whoo, dear Lord in heaven. Their lens and view is not mine and shouldn't be. Please understand that if the state comptroller felt and operated and moved the way that I do, we'd be screwed like you can't imagine. We need all of we to show up in our beauty and wield it with all of the ways that we've got. So I invite you to go find what's different, figure out what there connects with you, and understand that all oppression is connected. Pauli Murray's birthday is this Wednesday.
Welcome to Gamora's World. If you don't know who Polly is, look it up. This is Transgender Awareness Month. We talk about whatsoever happens to the least of our brothers and sisters. Go learn some trans stuff. Right now, I said go find someone who's different. Go find someone whose gender presentation is much different than yours, trans folks. I'm talking to y'all too. And ask them how we're going to go forward. If anyone has an answer, they're wrong. But today, the question, how do we go forward? And again, if you come up with an answer today, go home and give money because you're wrong. But if you're stuck understanding that what we need to figure out together and collectively is how do we go forward, then come join us in the fight and come meet me in my world. And the words will be different. Thank you.
We will not be controlled. I am sovereign in my body. I am sovereign in my soul. We will not be controlled. I am sovereign in my body. I am sovereign in my soul. Make some noise!
And next, I'm so pleased to welcome to the stage Barry Walters of West Hartford Pride, one of our co-organizers today of this event. Welcome, Barry.
Thank you, Leah. Again, let's hear it from you. Let me hear you loud. And thank you to our youngsters down here. I'm that old that I use the term youngsters. All right. I wrote good morning because I thought it was still going to be morning when I talked. So good afternoon. My name is Barry Walters, as you heard. I'm the founder and co-chair of West Hartford Pride. I also serve on the West Hartford Town Council, and I do so as a proud gay man. I'm also a husband-ish, a father, for real. I'm a gay man, as I mentioned, and guess what? I'm also living with HIV. And you know what? Those of us living with HIV are also a little bit worried about how funding might not come our way. So I'm going to get into this speech. I have struggled with what I was going to say today, and it took me like 5 days, and we've only been planning this for a week. How do I express everything that is swimming in my head? Not everything, but some of it. How do I put into words the fear, the sadness, the anger, the numbness, and today, the joy of having us all here together? You can clap for yourselves. I have had moments of attempted introspect that was met with nothing but blank gray matter, and I'm sure many of you have had that same moment. Right now, we are all experiencing some level of trauma, and some of us have been experiencing it for a while. Each of us is feeling differently and accordingly facing our fears differently. The message I want to be clear in making today is that we are here together. We've heard a lot about togetherness. We are together. You are here in a display of solidarity. You are here in an act of defiance. You are here in a grand display of strength. And whether you realize it, you are here to face our collective fear and challenge it. Today is not a beginning, nor is it an end. The beginning for the LGBTQIA+ rights movement began decades, hundreds of years ago. Whether it was anti-discrimination in the workplace, a fight for HIV/AIDS care and prevention, or safe spaces for our trans youth, and everything in between and beyond. The fight has been hard fought, and we have experienced victories and we have been dealt losses. I was reminded last evening that some of us have been here before. In the 80s, the HIV epidemic was met with an unresponsive and hateful government that turned its head in an effort to erase a generation of men who love men. They may have succeeded if it weren't for a dedicated and compassionate community that stood up as one and pushed back. They did so often at great detriment to their own livelihood and relationships. They did so, though, by holding on to hope and holding on to love. Yep. Hope and love. Those two things are powerful, perhaps the most powerful things known to humankind. Today, I know that many of us think we are having a difficult time finding hope and love, but guess what? Look around. There it is. You were surrounded by it. You see, two things can be true at once. It's something we need to keep reminding ourselves. You can feel fear and hope and love. The same was true in the 80s, and it is true today. We must move forward, not allowing the fear to replace that hope and love. We must harness our fear and that trauma and collectively stand against whatever is thrown at us. You have power. You must find the will. Do you have the will? Do you have the will? Together, we will find a way to secure more victories. We will undoubtedly have a few losses, but we keep that hope and love as a driving force. There is only one promise that I can make to you today from this stage, and that is, we don't know exactly. We have an idea of what's coming, but we don't know what exactly is. I promise me, in whatever titles I may hold, I promise that West Hartford Pride, the Out Accountability Project, Equality Connecticut, all of the organizations that are here today will be standing right beside you. They will be supporting, they will be pushing forward, they will maintain the hope and the love, and they will try to squash that fear, squash the hate, and move forward. We will not go back. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We have a few more speakers. We're running a little long, I do get that, but we're here for a damn good reason. And at this point, I'm going to give up the mic because they say I talk too much.
When I say equality, you say no. Equality? No. Equality? No. When I say equality, you say no. Equality? No. Equality? No. Okay, listen, I got some announcements and we're going to sing a little. We're going to move our bodies because I can feel it in myself, which means I know that y'all out there, you need to move. You need to sing. We need a little vibrational joy. That's really funny saying that to LGBTQ people. Amazing humans. Okay, we have an announcement. Q Plus is meeting over in the sunshine for our youths. Our youths here can go hang out in the sunshine. We got some things that we're gonna do, yeah? Markers, paper, joy. If you are a youth, which I feel like I'm a youth, but if you are a youth, please go over to the sunshine, hang out. We got some stuff over there. Q Plus is good. Give it up for Q Plus. Okay, repeat after me. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. Everybody take a breath in through your nose. Get that good cold oxygen, that Connecticut oxygen. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out your mouth. And as you do it, I want you to feel that tension in your jaw, and you'll know you have tension in your jaw if your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. Everybody breathe in and then drop your jaw. It's okay if you look weird. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Ah. Lift your shoulders all the way up and down. Listen, liberation and this fight, we need to rest. We need to take care of ourselves, do we not? We didn't really yell very well. Are we taking care of ourselves, Connecticut? We're doing the best we can. All right, repeat after me. People gonna rise like the water. Gonna shut oppression down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, please protect me now. Do you know your part? All right. I just want to say this real quick. I am going to be teaching and leading a Hope and Harmony event right after this at 3 p.m. at MCC, which is an affirming church. That's the only place we like to go. MCC, if you would like to know how to do these chants in your community, because music is the soul of the movement, we need to sing. Okay, come hang out with me at MCC at 3 p.m. Here we go. People gonna rise like the water, gonna shut oppression down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, please protect me now. People gonna rise like the water, gonna shut oppression down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, please protect. I need to hear you in the back. People gonna rise like the water, gonna shut oppression down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, please protect me now. People gonna rise like the water, gonna shut oppression down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, please protect me now. Saying, please protect me now. Again, saying, please protect me now. One more time, saying, please protect me now. Make some noise!
And now I am honored to introduce, someone who is not here but is having remarks read on their behalf. Our friend, our community leader, Lindsay Pasquale from PFLAG, is having remarks being read also by PFLAG from David Lee. Please welcome to the stage, David Lee.
Hi everyone, thank you so much. Before I get into our PFLAG co-president Lindsay Pasquale's remarks, I just want to say we've heard so much and continue to hear so much about community today, as we should. If you are in need of community, if you feel isolated, if you feel alone, if you need a space for your voice to be heard, we would love to see you at our PFLAG Hartford meetings, which occur on the third Wednesday of every month, just down the Farmington Ave at the Emmanuel Congregational Church, starting at 6:30 p.m., including this coming Wednesday night. So we would love to see you there. Now, our co-president Lindsay Pasquale is not here today, and these are her remarks that I'm about to read. She said that she is down in DC for meetings this weekend because she's also the Northeast Regional Director and on the Board of Directors for PFLAG National, and that's where she has to be, just like we are here today. We all contribute how we can. Right now, each and every one of us are doing that by being here for each other in incredible numbers today. And we should never forget how important it is and how much we need that going forward. So that happened. We don't need to be reminded what that was a couple of weeks ago, but we are all here today because we're feeling that on some level or on multiple levels. I know I am. As an aside for this next remark, Lindsay's a massive football fan, and she says football was unwatchable last Sunday because we know and we all saw the anti-trans commercials that were relentless and how they kept coming, and depending on who you talk to, that particular blitz either moved opinions or reinforced those opinions. And however you feel, we could all see we could call it, let's call it a targeted human rights campaign for arson. But it wasn't just that. Everyone had their pet issues, and most of those were some sort of scapegoats. We all have different ideas as to why what happened, and we're all possibly right in one way or another, because it wasn't just one thing. Over the course of the election, there was a menu, or a smorgasbord, if you will, of the biggest fears or issues that didn't need to land with each person, but just needed to land with enough. So it feels like I've lost a little, or in some cases, a lot of faith. The hurt is still fresh, it's still raw. But I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and got on a train to DC on Friday to join with other PFLAGgers from across the country to work on where we go from here. Because I know whatever the reason for what just happened, we, both our queer community and PFLAG, are not going anywhere. At PFLAG, we'll still be meeting. People will be getting support and giving support. If you have family members who don't get it or didn't get it, please send them to us. We've seen the power of peer-to-peer support that can transform so many hearts. And it's not just parents and allies. If you need a safe space and just want to hang out with other trans, non-binary, and other queer people, come hang out with us. That sense of feeling a part of something with other LGBTQ+ people is something that we all especially look forward to. So whoever you are, welcome. Come to our meetings, or stop by and say hi when we're out at community tabling areas. If you want to hear speakers talking about the great work going on with different organizations in and all around our state, please come on by. The only way to get through what's happened now and whatever is coming next is to get through it together. So for the next little bit, hopefully little bit, we might need to lean into that. But we've got this, we have each other. Look at the people next to you or around you. They're important, they are too important, and you are too important for us to be doing anything else. It is our vision that PFLAG, at PFLAG, that someday we will have an equitable, inclusive world where every LGBTQ+ person is safe and celebrated and empowered and loved. In the meantime, at PFLAG, we will do everything in our power to join with others to make that happen. Thank you so much, and we would love to see you at our next PFLAG meeting.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna clap with me. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people won't stop.
Make some noise!
So, Leah had to take a little break, so I stepped in for her. I'm going to be introducing the next speaker. This next speaker is a great friend of mine. I love him to death, and he's a very powerful man. He may not realize just how much. Dr. David Shapiro, please come to the stage.
I don't know about powerful Barry, but how about for Barry? My name is David Shapiro. I'm a proud member of the Bear community and an LGBT man. I'm also a physician, I'm a surgeon, and I do trauma and critical care. So I take care of people who are in their worst times of their lives. People like Johanna help me do that because we work together outside of Pride, which I think is really important. We see leaders everywhere around us who represent us, whether they are allies or members of the LGBTQIA2S+ community, they matter. Their voice matters. So I see some drag performers over there, someone wearing an amazing suit over here who just slays, so please. But I think for the last 17 years, I've been working in injury prevention, trying to get people to not be injured by violence, by interaction, by accident, or by other causes. And when those things happen, I have to bring them together and make sure that they do things to prevent it from happening again. I'm tired of seeing my community injured, hurt, attacked because of someone else hating them for some reason that doesn't matter. Those young people that were standing up here holding the banner and the young people that are in the community right now listening to us need us. They need you. They need your voice. For one very important reason. They need to survive like we did. "25 or so years ago, well, maybe 30 years ago now, when I was a young doctor and learning and doing the things that I needed to do to survive, I met certain people that influenced me and said to me, you are going to be okay. You're going to survive, you're going to do these things, but you have to do what I'm doing for you. That person is no longer with us. And I remember that person because they gave me insight. They gave me a welcoming edge, and they told me, you can do this. You can wear a rainbow on your arm, you can wear it on your shoulder, you can wear it on your sleeve, or you can be quiet. But if you're quiet, no one will benefit from it. If you don't speak your mind and be part of the solution, you're going to continue to be part of the problem. So I'll keep this brief, but for those of you out there who are working to help others, whether you're straight, gay, lesbian, trans, whether you're part of a community that doesn't get recognized, your pronouns are what they are, we should enjoy you for who you are because you contribute. And for all those of you who are here who are speaking your minds, or those of you in the crowd listening, you all have that voice, so please use it. And Barry, thank you for yours. So thank you, everyone.
You say never. Are we giving up? 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 Are we giving up?
Never. All right. Our next speaker is somebody near and dear to me. How many of you have heard of the Sovereign Imperial Court of all Connecticut? It's an amazing organization that raises money for other people. They give thousands of dollars to these groups and these organizations so that they can serve their missions. I am so honored to bring up Miss Frank Barone.
Thank you, Barry. Good afternoon. Heard some amazing people here today, but I'm going to keep this brief because I think it's important to be to the point here. Yes, I am a part of the International Imperial Court System. It is the second largest LGBT charity organization behind the Human Rights Campaign in the world. We have 70 chapters in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And our whole idea is that we promote the idea of LGBTQIA plus royalty and raise money for LGBT causes in our states and sovereignties. So, now is the time. Now is the time, everybody. I ask that you repeat and refrain after each statement, please. Now is the time for us to come together more than ever as a community to protect each other. Now is the time. Now is the time for us to build community with intentionality and with a purpose of joy and positivity and kindness. Now is the time. Now is the time where our resources must be used very wisely, where we cannot waste resources on frivolous things, but instead redirect them to our community. Now is the time. Now is the time to lift up our LGBTQIA plus young people and children, to help them understand that they are people in the world who love them, and that we will fiercely protect them from a demonizing, hateful administration. Now is the time. Yeah, that's right. Now is the time to reach across to people in our community that we think we have nothing in common with, to offer our assistance, our support, our allyship with openness, and we must listen. Now is the time. Now is the time for pride all year long. Now is the time. Now is the time to develop stronger relationships with our elected officials, to ensure that they hear our voices, to ensure that they know that although we put them there, they work for us. Our elected officials here today know that. But in 2026 midterms and in 2028, the president-elect and his far-right extreme MAGA party will learn that too. Now is the time. Now is the time to let petty squabbles and disagreements dissipate, to lean on mutual respect and understanding. Now is the time. Now is the time to build signals and safe spaces that have yet to be built. Now is the time. Now is the time to listen to our LGBTQIA plus elders to help us better understand how we can be most effective in this moment. Now is the time. Now is the time. I'm almost done, I promise you. My voice is about to go. But our voices are strong even when they are weak.
Yeah.
Now is the time to recognize that the patriarchy is alive and well in our own community, and that misogyny is alive and well in our own community, and we must dash it at every chance we get. Yeah. Now is the time. The day after the election was a time to mourn. The next day and every day after that, for the next 4 years and beyond, is the time to unite in radical ways, in ways that are more sustainable, in ways that empower people and do not break them down, in ways that protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and to include all people. Now is the time. We, if you don't have this memorized, you should. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now is the time.
Now is the time.
Now is the time.
Now is the time.
Now is the time to build a world where marginalized people experience freedom in ways that we could have never dreamed. Now is the time to be a Marsha P. Johnson, to be a Sylvia Rivera, to be a Harvey Milk. Now is the time to be a Maya Angelou, a James Baldwin, a Jose Soria. The mantle is ours to take up. The mantle is ours. We own it. For young people from now on to read about us, and as we reshape our movement and we say that they live, our young people, in a world that is better than the world that we came up in, because we picked up the mantle right now at this time. Now is the time. Now is the time to remember that many of us simply leaving our homes is a political act. That for those of us who do not recognize that as their part of their existence, to recognize that when you see us in public, you can be a part of that political act by engaging with us, by stepping out of your comfort zones, by stepping into spaces in which you have never been, by giving your money if you have it. If you've got a lot of it, it's time to give it. Let me tell you, to causes to lift up the LGBTQIA plus lives and protect the community that we also very much love. Now is the time. Look to your left. Look to your left. Look to your right. Look in back of you. Look in front of you. This is your community. This is your community. It is time. It is time. This is your community. It is time to be a community of action, collectively, totally, without limits or censorship. We believe in a woman's right to have full and total autonomy over her own body. We do not demonize refugees and immigrants. We welcome them and give them a pathway to citizenship. We are the beacon to LGBTQIA plus people all over the world. We and they have a right to come here and not have their lives diminished. They are welcome here. Now is the time. Now is the time to recognize that the kind of rhetoric and policies that we are hearing and reading from the President-elect's administration and from the far-right administration, we are not afraid of them. They are afraid of us. They cannot begin to understand how we live lives of such courage and fortitude and strength and joy and hard work and resilience and beauty and performance and intelligence. We are not afraid of them. They are afraid of us. And when they recognize that the rhetoric that they have, when they realize that the rhetoric that they have voted for starts to turn on them, we will welcome them with open arms in our movement, because our movement is affirming and loving and inclusive and equitable. If you feel weak, depressed, scared, your community will be strong for you. Your community will connect you to the resources you need, the mental and physical and emotional support health that you need. We will share meals with you. We will open our homes to you. We will open our businesses to you. We will develop support groups. And our marches will close cities. Our marches will close cities. We will develop support groups. That was the time, now is the time, to build phone trees and food pantries, and for those of us that can, to donate to those resources. Now is the time. With me, now. Now is the time. 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 Thank you so much. Woo! Let's fight. Let's not be afraid. Thank you.
Let's give another hand for Miss Frank.
Miss Frank, I love you so much. We have a few more speakers, so bear with us. The next three, I hope they're still all here, speakers, are coming to us not just as elected officials, but as parents. We oftentimes think of our elected officials as just that. They go to Hartford, they go to Washington, D.C., they sit in their desks, they do their job, they listen to people, they talk a lot. But guess what? Many of them are just like us, parents. And many of them actually have LGBTQIA children. So right now I'd like to bring up Senator Derek Slapp, Representative Jillian Gilchrist, and Representative Sarah Kite.
Hello everyone, I'm Jillian Gilchrist, your state representative here in West Hartford. And I am just so sorry. I am sorry that a man so vile and filled with hate will lead our country again. I am sorry that you are scared for yourselves and your loved ones. I am sorry that a part of you was weaponized in this election. And I am sorry that after all that cruelty, you are now being blamed by some, even some in my party, for this election's outcome. That hate, that cruelty, that blame, don't take that on. That's not your burden to bear. That's theirs. You are love. You are beautiful, just as you are. And this is beautiful, our coming together in community to support one another. For some people, when they don't understand something, in this case being trans, they fear it or they think it's wrong. A leader should not stoke that fear to benefit themselves. A leader should listen and learn. A leader should use their position to have conversations that can help people understand and grow. At the end of the day, we all want to live safely and love freely. As the mom of 2 children, I am raising them to know that I love them as they are and to love others as they are. And as a mom serving in political office, I want the best for your children, which means passing policies to keep them safe and protected. I am a feminist, heterosexual, white Democrat. I am also your ally and your accomplice. I will stand with you when you need me, and I will use my positions of power to elevate your voice, to fight against policies and systems that seek to harm you, and to engage in conversations and policy work that seek to give you the humanity we all deserve. I see you, I respect you, and I am here to fight with you and for you.
Thank you. I am State Representative Sarah Kidd. I represent Fairfield and Trumbull, and I bring with me the greetings and the support and the love of the rest of my delegation. I'm here not only as a politician, but as the mother to an extremely proud mother to Theo, who's an amazing genderqueer artist, student, designer, and all-around amazing human being. So on that horrible Wednesday morning, I got a phone call at 6:30 in the morning from Theo, asking that their father and I come get them from school because they were so upset and devastated about what had happened. So my husband made the 3-hour round trip to bring Theo home so we could console each other and grieve with each other. I know many of you are afraid, and rightly so. We have an incoming regime, authoritarian regime, that has made villainizing this community a national pastime. They promised to take away our personal freedoms and access to medical care. And let's be clear, all medical care is and should be gender-affirming care. I'm going to tell you all what I told Thea. I am going to fight like hell to make sure that Connecticut is a place where you can all live your lives safely, freely, as your authentic, beautiful selves, and to live fulfilling lives equally with everyone else in our community. You have my promise that I will not stand by quietly if national policies try to force you back into a closet. I want you to say it with me. We will not go back. We will not go back. I'm going to leave you with 2 quotes. The first is from Rick Parnell, the Chief Operating Officer of the United Nations Foundation. He said, "To realize a world of equality and dignity for all, we will have to change laws and policies. Every sector and every person can play a role speaking out to remind the world that it should not be illegal to live your life as you are and to love whomever you love." The second quote is from civil rights activist Bayard Rustin. He said, "We need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers.
So, my beautiful, amazing, fabulous angels, let's go make some good trouble.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm the last politician you're going to hear from today, so, all right. My name is Derek Slapp. I'm the state senator here in West Hartford. I am also the son of a gay man who, some of you may know this, who died of AIDS in 1992 when I was 19 years old. The medicine did not exist yet to keep him alive, in part because of the failure of the federal government. He was not able to marry the man that he loved at the time. And if he was here, if he was alive today, he would be disgusted, right? Like all of you are, and like I am. But he would also be determined to keep fighting. I know that. I know that he would feel like that. And that's what we're going to do, right? For him, for you. It's personal for all of us, right? For all of us, this is personal. So last thing I want to share is that I've received a lot of phone calls and emails since the election from constituents asking and pleading, saying, please keep us safe. Please go to Hartford and go back to the Capitol and protect us. And what I tell them is, first of all, our legislative session begins in less than 2 months. And this state senator knows that love is love, right? And not only that, our Senate majority knows that love is love. Our Senate president knows that love is love, right? This state rep knows that love is love, and the others that were here today, and our Speaker of the House, and our House majority, and our governor, and our lieutenant governor, who you heard from today, right? We know that love is love, and we are going to be doing 2 things when we go back into session. First, we're going to protect you, and we are going to pass legislation that strengthens protections for this community. No doubt, top priority. That's what we're going to do. And the second thing is we are going to be looking for any bill that is fueled by hate, and we're going to kill that bill. I will personally filibuster that bill to death. We are not going to pass one piece of legislation that pushes hate. Love is love. Thank you, West Hartford.
Thank you so much, members of our delegation. We appreciate you and your allyship more than ever. And now, I just wanted to say quickly, thank you everyone who is still here. I know we've gone long, but this is more important than ever. And our final speaker, I'm excited to announce, but once he's finished speaking, I want to ask you to stay for a moment to just be in community, to sing a song together as we leave, and just thank you for being here. So now, without further ado, I'm proud to introduce the Executive Director of Equality Connecticut, Matt Blindstrubis.
Hello, West Hartford. It's so wonderful to be here with you, especially in this really difficult moment. I know we are all reeling from this election, but I want to remind us that it didn't start 2 weeks ago. Over the last 3 years, we have seen hundreds of bills sweep across the country, stripping us of gender-affirming care, banning our stories from school libraries, defunding life-saving HIV prevention and treatment programs that we need to stay alive. And Connecticut is not immune to this phenomenon. We have seen a toxic level of rhetoric in our state capitol over the last 2 sessions. That rhetoric reverberates in news cycles across our state, imperiling the mental health of our young people, splitting families apart, and dividing communities. And it is crucial that we stand up as a community and say no more. No more intolerance, no more vitriol in the halls of our capital. And it is so wonderful to see so many of our elected leaders here with us today. Starting in January, we need to show up as a community and say that enough is enough, and we expect results. We expect action. And guess what? While money talks, we need funding. How is it that we live in a state with this abundant wealth and organizations that serve our young people struggle to survive? Community centers that welcome people who see Connecticut as a beacon are struggling to make ends meet. So we need to fight for our share of the pie. We need to stand up and say, no more excuses, no more guardrails. It's time to write the checks for our organizations. So first call to action, I would say, if you haven't heard of it already, look up the Justice and Opportunity Network. We must demand that that is fully funded. It is a visionary program that was started 3 years ago, and it must be fully funded, and it has had a tremendous impact. So I invite you to read about it and to check it out. Now, the other call to action is we must show up in record numbers. There cannot be a day next legislative session where our elected leaders do not see our faces and hear our voices in the Capitol. I promise every single legislator that they will see a session that they have not seen in years. We will flood that building. So as you go, Equality Connecticut is listening to the community. We are developing urgently needed policy priorities, priorities that protect our elders, that improve the safety and climate of our schools, that fund our organizations, that make Connecticut live up to the example that it stands for around the country. So we are collecting, there are a number of organizers, there are QR codes, people are collecting signatures. I would invite you to join us. Join our email list, join us at the Capitol, join us in your community, in your district, and make your voice heard. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Matt. And thank you everyone here today. It is the honor of my life to be in community with all of you at this inflection point in history when our children and grandchildren's children ask us where we were when this happened. We will say, we were in West Hartford, we were in community, and we sure as hell didn't let them shut us up. So I want to thank so much everyone who volunteered their time to make today happen. Sky Casper Entertainment for providing sound, Prism Counseling LLC, Nick Dion, Kyle Leonotis, Nye, and Katie Franklin, our ASL interpreters, Kaleidoscope Growth LLC for counseling, Lauren Byrne, Suffield Pride, Triangle Community Center, the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut, Heather May, Samuel Avery Photography, Beth By, all of our speakers, all of our supporting organizations, our co-organizers, Melissa Combs and Barry Walters, and anyone who I may have forgotten, you are appreciated and we are forever, forever grateful for you. Now, before we wrap things up, I want everyone to take a moment and raise your hand if you actively work within the LGBTQ+ community in Connecticut. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Look at how many people are raising their hands. That's incredible. We have so many amazing folks across Connecticut who are mobilized and ready to show up for you with their gifts, with their talents, and with their expertise. Thank you for your work. Now more than ever, we have to show up for each other, to remind each other, we've got you, we've got us, we've got this. Say it with me. We've got you, we've got us, we've got this, and we shall overcome. Thank you. We've got us, 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 amazing humans. Give it up for yourselves. Now I know you've heard a lot of people talking today. Listen to me. I am a queer that lives in the South. I know what it takes. I know what it takes. The only reason why I am able to live and breathe and work and go out of my house, not only am I queer, but I am in an interracial polyamorous relationship, y'all. In the South. It is hard. You don't know how we get through it down there. We take care of us. 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 We can't do it unless we come in. You've had a lot of people talking about support groups, talking about creating meal plans and telephone lines. We've had people talking about safe spaces. It's time to unite. Do you hear the call? Are you ready to stand together? I don't hear you. Are you ready to stand together? Are we giving up? Are we giving up? When I say freedom, you say us. Freedom! Freedom! Are you ready to sing? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe, beautiful, that we shall overcome someday. Let's do that again. Let's do it again. Ready? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart. Beautiful. I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Ready? We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Look around. We are not afraid someday. Deep in my heart. Ready? Deep in my heart. I do believe that we are not afraid today. Let me hear you make some noise.